So yeah, so you progress. At 15, you go to the world champs and stuff, which is incredible. And so when did it? Was it before then that this thing got a bit more serious, or was that maybe is there a turning point in your career when you're that young where you go, right, this is actually a thing now, like I can make a career out of this?
Yeah, so I think I finished school and then I went to college for 2 years and did like a sports science degree diploma thing. Never wanted to go to university. It was just never going to happen. It wasn't for me, especially when I had the opportunity to go ride my bike. And so I think I finished college. I got a job in Sainsbury's for a few weeks.
Nice.
Make a bit of money,
Yep.
Help my dad. And then I got an opportunity to get like a full-time sponsorship, which actually would pay for me to go and race all the World Cups. I think I got a little bit of money, not a lot, but enough to be able to like live at home,
like expenses covered and bikes covered and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I could pretty much just live in my eyes, that was like the best thing ever. So I ended up sacking the job off at Sainsbury's, and just went racing. Probably from age 17, I started full time, and that was me really until late 20s. I did do a little bit of work on the side, like coaching and stuff, as I got older. But I would say age 17 is when it started.
Who was that first sponsorship deal with?
So you'll probably laugh, really, but it was with Halfords.
That's cool. No, I mean, they used to
it's pretty crazy,
invest like heavy. The Halfords Bike Hut team was...
That is who I was basically. So they would like literally pay me a little bit of money, and I was with them for quite a good few years.
Right. That used to be their go-to spot though, right? Like before the internet, you wanted a bike, your parents went down Halfords, didn't they? And every now and again they'd have like an actual good bike. Like, I remember going and again with my dad, and you'd go down Halfords to look at bikes, and I remember they used to stock like GT, and you'd be like, fucking hell, they've got like a Tequesta in there, and like really they used to be probably way more heavily invested in actual racing than they are now. I don't know what they do now, but I think they just took a bit of a backseat with that stuff. But they used to have the latest videos, DVDs. Like it was the spot to go to. And again, I got into BMX a little bit, dirt jumping and stuff. And they used to stock Snafu. And you'd go down, you'd look in the thing, you'd be like, oh my god, they've got like new chain rings and stuff. So it was like it's a different company. It feels like Halfords back then to what it is now.
Yeah, because we had a proper team, and at one point they were like, we want to make you a dyno bike that's good enough to be branded as a Carrera. So they basically spent a whole year designing one, and we went to the offices, we jumped on it, and basically went off the curb and the cranks hit the floor. So it was never ever going to work. So instead of having a Carrera, basically what I did is I had Jeff from Intense Cycles. So in America he would send me frames and we would just put Carrera on there, and he was quite happy for us to do that. He did that for like Muddy Fox, remember? The Athertons?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I come upon it, because I used to be friends with them and they would do that, and I thought, well, that's pretty
So like
cool.
a Y-frame sort of looking bike?
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Yeah, I remember a yellow one quite vividly from a Muddy Fox like marketing campaign with red forks. I can't remember who was riding it, but
it'll be G, I think. Yeah, because they were on Muddy Fox at the time, and I think the bikes were just terrible as well. So they did that, and I did that as well, and it worked super good because the bikes were awesome. And it just wasn't that cool with it being a Carrera, but literally people would be like, can I get that bike from Halfords? Like, they actually thought you could get that bike, even though it was intense. So marketing works somehow.
That's incredible that they did that, isn't it, really? Like, I very much doubt that any company would do that these days. I know there's maybe some do it with tyres. Like, there's some blackouts on tyres going on and stuff, but not with frames. I very much doubt that they do it with a frame. That's insane that they were doing that.
So different.
So cool. Yeah. So were you on the same team as the Cheethams? Were they on that team at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I know Billy and Rich.
Johnny and Billy and the Don. Donnie.
Yeah.
Hugh. He was on the team, and then there was a few others, but that was the main team for like quite a few years. It was. I even got like a brand new transporter van off him, all in bright yellow with Halfords on. Like to get a van like that, I was buzzing.
Wow.
Absolutely buzzing.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So we were fairly invested.
Yeah.
In it.
Do you remember how did that deal come around? Because I always find that's really interesting, especially again when you don't have certain things like social media where you might hit people up now or email thing like that. So do you remember how it actually happened?
I think it all came down to my results in racing and magazines and stuff. So MBUK, I used to go on MBUK trips.
Right.
So I think they were quite into advertising in MBUK Halfords, and one of the guys who was running the team just gave me a call, I think, or an email, or I had a chat with him, and I was like, yeah, this is like amazing. I definitely want to get involved.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything like strange. Just because I was racing, I honestly think, because that's all you did racing. It would be in the magazines.
Yeah. You were fully hunting for race results at that point, right? And trying to get a photo in a mag and stuff. Do you think if they hadn't stepped up and got involved, you'd have carried on with it? Like, were you not struggling at that point, but were you getting deals offered to you or anything?
I did get another deal offered with MBUK, and at the time that was like, I was like, oh Dad, that's so cool. I'd rather go and ride for them, but for some reason I didn't go that way, and maybe it'd have been better not. But I would have kept going and tried until I got a deal. You know, I was like, just 100% committed to doing it.
Right, cool, really cool. So you used to travel together as a team and stuff.